How's it hanging, fellas? I'm OrosZ and this is another episode of LEGO City Undercover, and in today's episode we're going to back to Apollo Island. We went here last episode.
We're getting the rocket ready
oh wait,
right now.
we're changing characters, I don't need to do that. And in this episode we're going to gain a jetpack, I believe. We're gonna get a jetpack, we're gonna get into this car. And I suppose prepare ourselves to go on the moon. Where Forrest Blackwell went last episode because it turned out his giant tower he had. It was actually a spaceship. You know, and it like almost killed people and stuff when we had to save them by making like a force field around the towers that wouldn't burn people because there's a giant spaceship going off in the middle of a city. I guess he didn't thought of that or didn't care, to be honest. Where the fuck's the game telling me to go? Fucking find it myself. And yeah, that's what happened last episode. Now we gotta go here, get a jetpack. I believe we gotta get a jetpack at least. It wasn't downright said we gotta go get it, but I know that this is where you get the jetpack. And it's a really cool jetpack and I like it. And we're gonna go to the moon, and I believe finish the game. So like I predicted a couple of episodes ago, I was right. The game is about 30 episodes long. Last episode was 25th. No, wait, 25th was the one I made yesterday. So the previous, so this is episode 27, if I'm not mistaken. I remember being here, and I had no idea where to go. Wait, I already have a jetpack? When did I get it? Yeah, so this makes Astronaut the best character, pretty much. He's the only one with a, like a sort of double jump ability. It's not a double jump, but you can treat it like that. It pretty much makes it the most maneuverable character, which is, for a platforming game, despite everything, a platformer, I think. I think we should call it a platform. It's a lot of platforming you gotta do. It's like an open world adventure platforming game. Imagine something like this, but like actually realistic, like GTA. If GTA had more like segments like these, where cameras are fixated in one angle, and you just gotta jump around and like solve puzzles and shit. I had a dream one time. This sounds really weird to have a dream about stuff like that, but I actually did. And in that dream, I remember that I was watching on YouTube a trailer of a game that was supposedly like a collaboration between Rockstar and Square Enix, and it was basically a JRPG Grand Theft Auto game. I don't have enough of them yet. I found one brick, but there's like shit ton of more I gotta get. Right? Actually, I do have it. Wait, did I screw something up? Oh wait, there's some more stuff. Damn it, the farmer and the gangster I chose, they have like the same hat. It just confuses me. Which one I'm selecting. So I got two of these things. Is that really enough to build a space shuttle? Jeez, sorry. Yeah, it is enough. Look, a space shuttle. Space shovel. I really like those animations because it makes it feel like if you maybe slow this down, you could build something like this yourself. And compared to the minifigure at the bottom, look how fucking huge this would end up being. I always like those really huge builds for LEGO. My favorite LEGO builds as a kid were like LEGO City stuff, because when you have something like LEGO Power Miners, the scenarios when you play with them is that, you know, you're in a mine. You mine crystals, that's like the plot of the fucking Power Miners set. And there's these evil crystal golems, and you kinda have to fight them too. I'm gonna go this way before I fucking go anywhere. I noticed this and I'm like, what's this flashy circle in the middle? Oh, I can build a carousel? It's like a It's like a cool little field trip going on here. I'll ruin it for everyone. I'm gonna extinguish this as well. That's actually what I could do. What's something I haven't played in yet? Oh man. Bullseye, check this shit out. Do I get a prize? This guy's voice sounds like it's actually not Chase. Maybe every character does have its unique voice lines. At least unique voice lines for expressions. That's pretty cool, that's pretty cool. Reminds me of when in Uncharted 2. When you beat the game and you played on easy, you could have turned on a bunch of like extras, like for example filters. But filters were like the lamest thing. My favorite was to just simply switch to a different character entirely. I usually just play as Chloe or Harry. Harry Flynn, he was a character from Uncharted 2. And I would just beat the entire game as Harry Flynn or Chloe with my selected weapons, which was usually a golden desert eagle because it was a reference to the first game because there was this guy Eddie and he had a golden desert eagle. And nowhere in the base game you could find the golden desert eagle. That gun was hidden behind that feature. I think I'm actually going to space right now. That's not cool. I was hoping we get to do more stuff before. And we're gonna go to the moon and then the level's gonna start and then I'll be like, oh shit, well I don't want to start a level yet. Prefer if the levels were more spaced out. Get it? Spaced out space. Although there's more stuff. Who knows that? How much do I got? 42? Oh, come on. I got pretty close to getting a carousel. Come on, I'll find some more. So anyway, so Eddie had a golden desert eagle. You could have used it in Uncharted 2, not Borderlands 2. In Uncharted 2 as an unlockable weapon. And I would turn on mirror mode, which was basically just flip the game like in a mirror. Makes sense, I guess, right? And it was really cool because flipping it in a mirror like that pretty much meant you could just replay the entire game again. But it would be slightly different, like the routes you would take would be just on the other side, so it's still kind of different and changing. And then I would just play as different characters. And my thing that surprised me when I first did that as a kid was that every character you pick, they have their own voice lines for like jumping around and stuff. Which normally in the game you don't see them like parkouring around with you. Maybe Harry and Chloe and other characters actually do. You do get to see. But even like when throwing a grenade, they say something like grenade, right? Or watch out, or they have something funny they say because they're like matches their personality or whatever. But it just surprised me that, you know, you don't really see those characters doing stuff like that in the base game, and you only get to see that when they are in that extra mode. And it surprised me because Uncharted 2 had a multiplayer mode that I just never, I don't think it worked. Like I think it was like a testing thing because it never connected me to any servers. Only thing I ever managed to do with it was turn it on, go to like this default testing map, which was basically like a map with all sorts of things to climb on, but like no textures, it would just be all gray. And then sometimes on different maps you would actually get a you couldn't choose a character to play as. You would just get like a random character. And sometimes you got a, what the fuck is this? Sometimes you got a character that was not Nate, which, you know, you wouldn't be used to playing as. And speaking of stuff like that, different characters and multiplayer modes in Uncharted. Uncharted 3 had a really cool multiplayer mode, except I remember that at a time. Actually, why did I fucking never play it like other people? or whatever, I don't remember why. But my favorite thing was actually with my friends, just playing local co-op and like death matches against each other, or even there was like a mode in Uncharted 3 I'm talking about, not 2. Just to be sure. There's like a weird green cloud you can see there. I'm sure it's something important. Can't destroy it, okay. And in that mode there was like a cooperation mode too. And that cooperation was like the sickest shit ever when I was first playing it. Because not only you got to even use your own character, you also got to, you know, play fucking Uncharted 3 co-op with your friend. And the coolest part about it was that it was like all little scenarios and little stories. For example, I remember a story in Uncharted 3 where Harry Flynn, Lazarevich, and the bad guy from the first game, they all showed up working together again. So it was like a bunch of, I don't know, fan fictions from Uncharted fan fiction just turned into a real game mode. And it was just so cool. And the coolest thing about it too was that it was actually quite difficult. It wasn't like in the base game where you just kind of walk through the levels. You don't really have much issues if you know what you're doing, right? But with the fucking cooperation mode, every enemy was just so sickeningly difficult. And there were enemies that would like only work if you shoot them in the head. Loop-de-loop. I don't want to make a loop-de-loop. I wanted to make a carousel. I just realized I was spending like most episodes running around here for no reason. Talking about Uncharted and just fucking collecting bricks. How many of them I have anyway? 42,000. I don't think I'm gonna get 50,000. What if I would waste my 50,000 that I got for a space shuttle and I would just waste it on something else, like loop-de-loops? Oh, I think it just brings me there. That's nice. You guys, you got your own Uncharted stories. That's why I was really disappointed that when I bought the Nathan Drake collection on PS4, it didn't have the multiplayer mode for Uncharted 3. Uncharted 4 also has a multiplayer mode, but I actually heard it's like... Oh, fuck you. I heard that it's actually like a pretty good multiplayer mode. I remember that when like Uncharted 4 was one of the games that I played before I made Let's Plays. That's why I don't have a that's why I don't have a gameplay and such about it or anything like that. Oh look, I'm surfing. That's not what I meant. I meant to fucking jump on these things. A couple of other games I played before I made Let's Plays and I never recorded them because I borrowed them. Was Titanfall 2, Shadow Warrior 1, and Final Fantasy 15, and it's kind of a shame I never made any videos about them. It's maybe for the better, because I remember when I borrowed Battlefield 1 one time, and I started making a Let's Play about it, and then it ended up that I never finished the Let's Play, and it still just sits on 9 episodes on my channel, and it's the only fucking unfinished Let's Play I ever made. Because I finished every single other one. Man, he's doing parkour all by himself. And I actually got a cool looking astronaut instead of this fucking nerd. Couldn't I get him before? I could have, probably. Actually no, because I had a jetpack. When did I get a jetpack anyway? Why is there a pig? Why am I doing this? I was supposed to go to a space shuttle. And I started trying to go for collecting bullshit. Man, I'm fucking stupid. I gotta say, riding pigs is pretty funny. Am I riding a pig? It's just like I'm sitting on a pig, but I'm not steering it. I remember when we added riding pigs in Minecraft, and I was like, the fuck it's for if it's not even working properly. Damn it, fucking circle, not triangle. Put her in! Shit, I just realized I might be late for my hairdresser visit. Whatever, every time I go to a hairdresser I have to sit there anyway and wait. Let's go make a loop-de-loop and see if it works. Or you know what, fuck it, let's go to the space shuttle. Or you know what, fuck it, let's go make a space. Let's go make a loop-de-loop. I wanna see a loop-de-loop. That's a stupid word, loop-de-loop. Couldn't this should just be called a spiral? That's what it is. Look, I made a loop-de-loop, like a Hot Wheels set. Oh man, did I get a bunch of Hot Wheels sets. I still have some of them in my basement. I remember how, like, maybe 3 years ago, which still I was, you know, age that you probably wouldn't play with fucking Hot Wheels anymore. But I just found like a shit ton of Hot Wheels in my basement. And the sets, like tracks for them. And me and my friends just went back to my home and started building those and playing with fucking Hot Wheels. It's fucking stupid. What's this? Stunt ramp? Hell yeah. Finish the episode with an epic stunt. There's like a fucking vault up there, you see that? I gotta get a car. And I do have this stupid instant car ability, but I just don't know how to use it. Eh, whatever, this seems like it's fast enough. Let's go that way. And I'll go this way and do an epic stunt. Also, Uncharted Golden Abyss is in my opinion better than Uncharted 1, but it just doesn't get acknowledged in any way. A wagon? That's awesome.
Ooh, that sounded expensive.
Look, I'm inside like a vault. I can press those buttons. What does this make? I got a timer going on. What the fuck's that about? Have I been on a timer to build a space shuttle and I just been kind of screwing this up? Ooh, a red brake. Now this whole episode was actually not pointless. Shut up that I'm filling space by doing nothing. Could've do every fucking other episode by just collecting stuff in the neighborhoods. Just messing around. This game's fun, you know? It's like you go to a fucking place instead of being like, oh, there's nothing here. There's always something there. There's like a happy boat here. Happy to see me, dances around. What's going on? I want to steer it, not fish. How do I get back on the land? Guys, how do I get back on this fucking island? You know what? No more fucking around. Let's go to the stupid space shuttle. No more fun. No fun allowed. And we're just gonna go this way. And we're just gonna go and get to the goddamn space already. Space is no fun. No games. No games. Nothing. Space is boring. I hate space. Remember that one time? I remember the fucking video when Skyrim came out. It was around when Skyrim came out. Maybe somewhere later. And I seen a video on YouTube of a guy. There's like a mod to Skyrim that actually was developed by Valve. It was like a Bethesda Valve collaboration. It's pretty weird. And I feel like most people forgot it was actually a collaboration between Valve and fucking Bethesda. Because it just seems like a mod, you know, made by some user. No, it was actually made by Valve. And the mod was that they added the space core from Portal 2. Remember when at the end Wheatley gets trapped with like a space core? Those are the last two personality cores left. And the space core kind of became like a fan favorite one. And they added a random encounter where you go around around Whiterun, I think. And space core just randomly shows up. Crashes from the sky, just kind of flies underground, crashes a building, and you can find it and add it to your inventory and use it as a hat. But yeah, it was for the longest time when I first played Skyrim, I thought that was actually an Easter egg in the game. You could find that. I remember when I was a kid and I found a video of a guy playing as Sonic in San Andreas. And he turned like Supersonic, and it was like one of those really old San Andreas video with fucking royalty-free music in the background. This Windows Movie Maker opening and shit.
Takeoff is extremely uncomfortable.
I think I can handle it, Professor. I've seen the movies.
Seen it in Airplane 2. You guys remember Airplane 2? Never unliked Airplane, but did you ever see Airplane 2? I'd say it's about as good as the first.
We do that in case
But in
the
that,
astronauts change
instead of
their
going
mind.
to Chicago, they actually fly to Mars.
Hey, what do you know? In space, you can hear them scream.
Well
Huh.
done! You are in
Should've
outer
put a
space. Now,
belt
get to the moon
buckle on.
will take almost
Seatbelt.
10 seconds. Oh, okay. You're about the moon now.
What?
Yeah, it's really close and very small. But don't tell anyone. It's a secret. Now, it's
Well, it's a
time
secret,
for
you
your
dick.
spacewalk. You need to prepare very carefully. I want you to check and recheck your suit before you exit the command module.
Check and recheck.
Sure thing, Professor.
Look, the space station. We're about to finish the game, I think. You guys remember other Leslie Nielsen movies, like Spy Hard and
Convenient.
Wrongfully Accused was one that I feel like people know. But what about Spy Hard? That one I feel like it's kind of forgotten.
That's weird. I don't feel any lighter.
That one's not as good.
Maybe it's
I
because of those
think it's
cookies I ate in
actually
the
not
rocket.
as good as like Naked Gun and Wrongfully Accused, but still pretty good. Anyway, see you fellas in the next episode. Bye.